Hola bandidos, ¿cómo estamos? Welcome to Mel's Magic Official. I'm Magic Mel and this is Owl, one of my spirit guides. Welcome to episode 10 of season 8. And we're going to pull a short story from my Law of Attraction deck. Have you watched my New Moon in Cancer reading? No? Go back and watch the last episode. There's some interesting energies arriving, well, all the time, but it's always good to know what's in the energy. Literally. Vamos allá. I like these short stories because these messages, these illustrations are, while I focus more on the visual, I don't focus on what suit the card is, yeah, and I tune into it. There's this book I'm reading at the moment. It's a transcript from a channeling with Seth. It's just one of these beings, and the book is about, or Seth is being channeled about creative expression. He talks about the other languages that us human beings speak, and actually not speak, but use. So there's a language called knowingness, which is really more operating from our energetic field and intuition. Sometimes we just know things. We probably question it, like we go up into our mind and overthink it, but there's an undeniable deeper knowing. And that's very much something that I'm tapping into these days because I'm fascinated, I'm curious. How can I know stuff like before it actually happens or just about this person without even knowing them? It's highly fascinating. We all can do it. We can all tap back into that language of knowingness, but it requires, just like anything, practice and trusting. So, just wanted to share that. Let's connect with our Asgard team, your Asgard team, my Asgard team. And let's pull a little short story. 3 cards, please. What is the first card? Which is maybe, step 1 of the story, maybe a little bit more in the past. Let's see. Thank you so much. Wow, this is a difference in size. I pulled the last reading with the little witches, and the witches are half of this. Yeah, I know, I should pull the table up closer so the stuff doesn't fall down, but I have so much stuff on my table. I should post like a backstage picture. I can't be arsed to clear this. So anyway, we work with what we've got. Allora, first card we pulled is, oh my god, a cowboy chasing another guy. It looks like quite a heated scene. I mean, damn, I'm just correlating that with the heat that's currently out there. This looks hectic. The guy is on the run, clearly. What went down here? Have you been feeling persecuted, hunted down in some way? And that could be anything. I mean, kind of, haunted when something from the past is in the back of your mind, or you have to deal with something, but it's still kind of there, but you shove it into the background. But at the end of the day, we can't repress things anymore. We can't carpet sweep. Whatever we deny and repress will come back to haunt us. Literally, this looks like what is happening right here. And it's not a good feeling. This looks highly stressful, exhausting. And let's just be real. I mean, you can run as fast as you can, but hello, the pragmatics, the reality of this scene is that the horse is going to be faster than the dude. Okay, he can like esquivar, he can evade a bit, but nah, it looks like this cowboy is going to catch up. And it's definitely with that lasso. Damn. Have you been feeling stressed, haunted, on the run in some way? Let's see what the next card of the story is. Thank you so much, the Asgard team. Summertime. I love summer. Actually, this is the first time I'm really enjoying the summer because I'm not stressing myself like the dude in the card. I decided to be one of the tourists, all these madrileños who come here to enjoy the summer. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do the same this year. I'm going to give myself permission to actually enjoy the beach. Voila. So that's what I've been doing. And it feels good. Especially because it's like almost tropical weather here. It's bizarre. It's so humid. Okay. Next card is our wonderful, I love this guy, the Fool. Let's look at these cards together. The Fool is all about having the guts and the courage to embark on a new journey. And that requires letting go of our perfectionism, because often we don't start stuff. I mean, tell me, it happens to me. I have this blank canvas syndrome a lot where I'm like, I can't mess up. I can't even start this painting because if I mess it up, and it's like, you don't even start then. And then you never paint, or you never write, or you never sing. But we got to let go of that perfectionistic aspect of ours and just do it for the sake of it, for the enjoyment of it. Be in love with the process rather than grasping, doing stuff for the result, which is fleeting anyway, because there's always more desires. So the fool is like, you know what? I am dancing between night and day. I've got my little mascotta, my spirit guides around. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm just going to do what lights me up, what brings me passion. And I might look like a fool, but who gives two shits? Like, who cares? This is my journey. Yeah. It takes balls to ovaries, whatever, to just let go and start a new chapter and go towards our soul's calling, go towards where our energy is truly pulling us in that direction, trusting that deeper knowingness, that knowing I spoke about earlier. And just look, jolting forward. Looking at these two cards together, it looks like the cowboy dude is chasing away this other lad, because like, oh, you've got nothing, you're trespassing, or what are you doing here on my territory? And in terms of psychology, I can relate to that in terms of negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, the voices of other people. I've had a few I had a few incidences over the past 2 weeks. I forgot to mention that, actually, it's important, where family members projected their fear onto me, or their perception of the way they saw me onto me. The good thing is that I discerned and recognized what was happening, and I didn't fall back into that dynamic of buying into that projection. I realized, oh, that is her thinking. That is a projection of her limiting beliefs and her fears, quite frankly. I actually helped her, my aunt, alchemize that, because I realized, oh, deep down, she was saying, what was she saying? Oh, you spend too much time alone, and I'm worried about you, and shouldn't you be doing this, and what are you actually doing with your life? And I'm like, whoa. I mean, I could have taken it as a kind of attack and insult, but I looked deeper and I said, okay, what's going on here? Deep down, I know that she cares for me, and she's just maybe worried about me. I mean, okay, fair enough, but that's hers. So I told her, hey, I'm actually fantastic, having a time of my life. I am going out to see people when I choose so and with who I choose so, but I spend a lot of time on my own, thank goodness, because I'm happy in my own energy. So I kind of diluted that towards it, but then she completely switched her attitude. She's like, oh. And I did say, I know that you're just saying this because you deep down you're worried about me, but trust me that everything is well, and I know you care, and I care for you too, and I love you. I mean, she couldn't react to that. She was like, I alchemized the situation. So sometimes we got to shoo away. I mean, it's a bit aggressive in this. It looks a bit like an aggressive scene, but basically say, okay, this limiting belief, this projection of fear is not mine. You have nothing to do here in my consciousness. Or I choose whether to engage with you or not, or chase you away. And again, I prefer to use the term alchemize the situation. But it has to do with territory. Is somebody trespassing us? Has somebody been trespassing you? And knowing that if somebody has trespassed you, you allowed them to. So can you forgive yourself for that? And can you honor yourself? I don't really like the term setting boundaries. It's more like honoring yourself. You can't change another person, but you can change. You can choose whether to participate or engage in that dynamic between that this situation is happening and that this person is setting up with their behavior. Okay, you can't tell them, you shouldn't need to tell them how to treat you, but you can ask yourself, well, do I actually want to participate in that or not? And that is self-honoring. And And the Fool is basically the next step from this. Is like, you know what? I have chased away what doesn't belong in my territory, and in fact, I'm going to go my own journey, and I'm not going to care what other people think of me, because people are always going to think something, and that's always their own projection. People are going to like us, people are going to dislike us. I had to learn, I realized that I let go of the need for someone else to understand me. Before I was like, oh, but they have to understand where I'm coming from and my background and all of what's going on. Like, no, people either get you or want to understand you or not, but you can't push them to. You can't force them, you can't convince them, you can't. That's like, no, that is resisting. I'm like, whoa, it's okay. That's you, that's me. So, third card, after the Fool. Thank you so much. Let me just see if this is recording. That would be so trippy if it wasn't. It's always my paranoia here, because sometimes I have technical glitches. Tercera carta, vamos a ver. Let's see. After the Fool, where's the Fool going? What's he up to, the Fool? You know, the Fool is such a liberating archetype because he doesn't take himself too seriously. And guess what? We do take ourselves too seriously, and that kills all of the fun and the lightness of the journey. So, where's the Fool going? Ooh, we had this guy before. It's a lot of, let's say, masculine energy. And again, it's the masculine aspect, the protector, the safeguarder, the one who puts boundaries. That is a type of energy. So whether you're male, female, bi, trans, we all have that type of energy, or should nurture that, bring that out in us, i.e. not be too passive and submissive and silent. No, assertive, not aggressive, but assertive. What do you allow in, what not? Do you stand your ground? Do you speak your truth? That is masculine energy. Do you go after what you want? Yes or no? Vale. So the Fool, let's put these guys together. It's going to be mirror verse, going to trip me up as usual. Doesn't matter. This, no, see? Vale, al revés. Okay, so we have a lot of masculine energy here. So we have the cowboy chasing away, setting his boundaries, self-honoring. We've got the Fool on a new journey, and we've got this guy who, again, talking about assertiveness. It's not about going out there and fighting for things. Although I do believe it's good to know to defend yourself. It's good to know, at least energetically, to take up space. And the Sword is all about communication. It is about this assertiveness in our communication, standing up for what we believe in, going after what we want, and showing that we are not naive. We have a sword, the sword of truth. And trust me, well, you know, words can be cutting. So we need to harness them, the way we use them, how we express ourselves, how we articulate ourselves, but also know that the truth is worth speaking if it means that it is self-honoring, that you're not silencing yourself, and that the truth will bring clarity to the situation. Yeah? So a lot of masculine energy here. Positive, because it's about territory, it's about self-honoring, and it's about knowing how to let go also. Knowing how to not, despite of this assertiveness, not to take things too seriously either. You know, nowadays, when some situation arrives where I'm like, oh, it makes me think, I'm like, I'm not sure if I like this. I'm not sure if I agree with this. I don't react and go and try and force the other person or whatever. I'm like, just ask myself, do I want to engage with this? Is this worth my time and energy or not? Does it require me asserting myself, standing up for myself, speaking my truth, or do I let it go and just continue my journey and being light, you know, on my lighthearted Fool journey? Trust yourself to know what is needed in the moment. And again, you can discern what is needed by connecting with your body. Again, this is an intelligence. Your gut, your heart, they will communicate with you if you choose and allow to connect with your emotions and with the sensations in your body. Because intuition is not just insight from above, it's your body speaking to you. You know this feeling where like, something doesn't feel right, that's your intuition. It's your body's psychic ability to communicate to you. But let me know if anything resonates, if anything makes you reflect on what I've said. Et voilà, keep it short and sweet, guys. Yeah. Magic Mel is back. I am not dogmatic about how I, or formulaic about how I, or when I put out my videos. I also go with my own energy flow. So trust me, I'm here. And Mel's Magic Official is just starting, so stay tuned. And remember, if you would like a one-on-one tarot reading with moi, and one-on-one coaching, I'm here. Okay? And the good thing about, I was thinking also about the coaching thing. Yes, we can do a lot of internal work by ourselves, but some things can only be transmuted or processed in the company of someone who's witnessing you, who can reflect back to you. So keep that in mind. Allow yourself to be supported, guided, and remember, it's a collaborative process. This is not about somebody being higher and knowing more and you down here. No, it's like working eye to eye and engaging in a kind of symbiosis where, in this case, I would reflect back to you maybe a blind spot or something that is going well. It's about mirroring also. It's a very interesting and exciting process. So if you're interested, email me. I'm here. Okay? So see you for episode 11 coming up sooner than you think.